He wakes up in a room that doesn't even feel like his own. The paint on the walls is peeling, the ceiling fan wobbles, and the silence hits harder than any noise ever could. There's no alarm clock, no office to rush to, no calendar filled with plans. Only the sound of his own breathing reminding him that he's still here, still alive, still broke. The kind of broke that makes your chest tighten when the rent's due. The kind of broke that makes your stomach twist when you open the fridge and there's nothing but a half-empty bottle of water and an expired loaf of bread. You start questioning everything. Was it the wrong choices? Was it bad luck? Or was it something worse? The belief that you were never enough to begin with. Because that's the thing about being a man with no money. It's not just the bank account that empties, it's your sense of worth. The world starts treating you like you're invisible. People talk to you differently when they can't gain anything from you. Friends fade away, doors close, and opportunities seem to vanish into thin air. He used to dream big. He used to believe he could change his life, maybe even change the world. But when you're down here, when you've lost everything that gives your life structure, dreams start to feel like a luxury you can't afford. Hope starts to sound like a lie you told yourself too many times. He remembers sitting on the edge of his bed one night, lights off, mind racing, all the mistakes replayed in slow motion. Every decision, every risk, every hesitation that brought him here. And in that darkness, a voice whispered, "You're done. You failed. You'll never rise again." But there's another voice, quiet, almost buried beneath the noise. It doesn't scream. It doesn't argue. It just waits. It's the voice that says, "No, this isn't how it ends. Not like this." And that's where everything changes. Not with money, not with miracles, but with a decision. A decision that a man with nothing can still choose to stand up. Because when you have nothing left, you realize something powerful. No one can take what's already been stripped away. No one can break what's already been through the fire. The man with no money starts to see clearly. The weight of pride is gone. The illusion of control is gone. And what's left is something raw, something real, hunger. He doesn't want pity. He doesn't want sympathy. He wants redemption. He wants to look in the mirror and see someone he can respect again. Because deep down, he knows. Being broke is temporary, but being broken is a choice. And tonight, that choice ends. He may not have money. He may not have help. But he has one thing that can't be bought or sold: the will to fight again. The world may have taken his comfort, his confidence, his stability, but it forgot to take his heart. And that's where the comeback begins. He stands in front of the mirror, the kind of mirror that doesn't just show your reflection, it shows your reality. His eyes are tired, his face hardened by sleepless nights and too many silent battles. He studies himself for a long time, trying to recognize the person staring back. That reflection isn't the same man he once was, not the one full of plans, ambition, and bright ideas. This version of him is stripped down, raw, humbled by the weight of failure. Yet somewhere behind those weary eyes, there's still a faint spark, a quiet fire. The reflection isn't saying you're done. It's asking, what now? He leans closer to the glass, almost whispering to himself, "You're not worthless. You're not broken. You're just untested." That's the truth most people never face. When everything's taken from you, when your comfort is gone, when nobody believes in you, that's when life shows you who you really are. Money can buy distractions, but struggle builds men. Adversity strips away the weak parts and exposes the core, the part that refuses to die. The man with no money begins to understand that his situation is not his sentence. Poverty of circumstance is not poverty of spirit. He realizes that no one's coming to save him. No one's supposed to. That's the test. Because a man who waits for help will always stay waiting. The world doesn't owe him a second chance. It doesn't care about excuses or pain. But the mirror doesn't lie. It tells him the truth he's been avoiding. The only person capable of changing his life is the one staring back at him. That realization doesn't make him bitter. It makes him powerful. Because once you stop blaming the world, you start building yourself. He looks at his reflection one more time and notices something strange. The sadness is still there, but it's not the same. It's shifting into something sharper, something stronger. It's transforming into determination. He straightens his posture. He clenches his fists. The man who once felt defeated now looks like a man preparing for war, not against the world, but against his own doubt. He tells himself, "You've fallen before, but you're still breathing. You've been broken, but you're still here. That means you're not finished yet." For the first time in a long time, he feels a flicker of pride, not for what he owns, but for what he's endured. Every setback, every loss, every sleepless night has become proof that he can survive anything. The mirror becomes a silent witness to his rebirth. It reflects not a man with no money, but a man with no fear. And in that moment, he understands something few ever realize. The lowest point in your life is not the end. It's the foundation. It's the ground you rebuild your empire on. He steps back, exhales, and whispers one final promise to his reflection. "I don't need to be rich to be worthy. I just need to be relentless." There's a moment in every man's life when pain stops being his enemy and becomes his teacher. For this man, that moment arrived quietly, without applause or witnesses. It began the morning he decided that rock bottom was not a burial ground, but a starting line. He didn't have money, he didn't have help, but he had the one thing that changes everything: resolve. That silent, unshakable decision that no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, he will not die in the same place he fell. He wakes up before the sun, not because someone told him to, but because he's done waiting for permission to live. The room is still dark, the world is still asleep, and he's already at war, not with people, but with the voice inside that says, "Stay down." He trains his mind, his body, his discipline. Every push-up, every repetition, every early morning walk becomes a declaration. I may not have money, but I'm not poor in will. He understands now that the grind is sacred. The hunger that used to make him bitter now makes him powerful. He starts studying, learning, reading everything he can. Knowledge becomes his weapon. Every book, every lesson, every failure is a step forward. The man who once begged for opportunities now builds his own. He stops waiting for the right conditions, because the truth is, there are none. Conditions don't make a man, conviction does. And the deeper his hunger grows, the stronger his fire burns. He starts to see progress, not in riches, but in resilience. The same pain that used to break him now forges him into steel. The days blur into nights. The struggle never leaves, but his mindset changes. He no longer says, "Why me?" He now says, "Try me." That shift, that inner rebellion against weakness, is where transformation begins. He learns that every man has two choices: to use pain as a wall or as a weapon. The poor man who uses pain as a wall stays trapped forever. The man who uses pain as a weapon becomes unstoppable. He remembers the old days when he thought success was about money, status, and approval. Now he laughs, because real wealth isn't what you can hold in your hands. It's what you can't take away from your spirit. Discipline, integrity, faith. The ability to keep moving when everything inside you says stop. Those are the treasures that build unbreakable men. He's not chasing validation anymore. He's chasing growth. The noise of doubt still comes, but it no longer controls him. He's learned to hear fear and still move forward. He's learned to face exhaustion and still show up. That's what separates him from who he used to be. The fire inside is no longer a spark. It's a storm. And every time the world tells him, "You can't," he smiles because he's already heard worse from himself and survived. He knows now. Success doesn't start with wealth. It starts with will. It's not about what's in your pockets. It's about what's in your chest. He looks out the window at the rising sun and realizes something profound. The man who had everything once took life for granted. But the man with nothing, he sees every sunrise as proof that he still has a chance. And that's all he needs. Just one more chance to become the man his pain was shaping him to be. There comes a time when a man has to stop waiting for someone to save him. The truth hits like a punch to the chest. No one is coming. No one owes him a thing. The world doesn't hand out rewards for potential. It doesn't care how hard your life has been or how unfair it feels. The world respects results. The world bows only to those who keep moving when everyone else gives up. And that's a hard truth, but it's the truth that sets you free. He used to think people would see his effort, his pain, his struggle, and help him. He thought that if he explained his story, they'd understand. But understanding doesn't pay the bills. Sympathy doesn't build strength. Nobody's giving handouts to warriors. The man with no money learns the greatest lesson of all. If you want respect, earn it. If you want freedom, build it. If you want a new life, create it. There's no pity in the jungle. The lions don't ask for permission to hunt. The wolves don't complain about hunger. They use it. And that's how he starts living. He stops telling the world what he's been through and starts showing the world what he's becoming. Every time he gets rejected, he grows sharper. Every time he fails, he grows hungrier. The pain that once made him crumble now fuels him like fire in his lungs. He begins to understand something deeper. The world isn't cruel, it's just honest. It gives back exactly what you give it. Weak effort, weak results. Strong mind, strong outcomes. Every man must face this truth. You can't complain your way into greatness. You can't talk your way into respect. You fight for it. You grind for it. You bleed for it. That's what gives your victories meaning.